Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to MOC Heads 2.2, Lady MacBrick. So we have the lovely Nicole on shortly. But I'm just going to say hello, everybody, first of all, and see how everybody's doing, and welcome you all in. I may have been a bit busy this week doing similar stuff to this. Now, I'm doing this at the same time on Twitch, and hopefully it seems to be on. I can't actually see any of the chat because I'm not too sure how it's working. So this is going to be all fun. Oh, and I think I've got it. Is this it? Am I seeing it now? If you're on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, just say hi, and I'll see if it's actually coming up. This is going to be an interesting one. But it's something new. Try something new. Keep things freshish. Before I bring in wonderful guests, I'll just go quickly through and say hello to all you lovely lot who are here and who've said hello. Was that there? Okay, cool. Don't know what that means. Okay, right. So Polar Bricks is here. Say hi, hello, Andy. Alex is here. Mattis. And Mark's here as well. So, hello, hi, Mark. We have KO. Hi, KO. Hope you had a good week. And also, Helen's Polar Pics is here. Hello, Helen. Hello, hope you're good. Hope you had a good week as well. We have Emily. We also have Tilak as well. Okay, I can see now. It's coming up here, so I can see it, and I can see actually on the chat. Okay, cool. So this is from the purple side, also known as the Twitch. Polar saying hi again, and so is Mark. So hello again. Hello there. I think it's shown. Oh, I'll have a look. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, welcome to MOC Heads 2.2. We have Nicole with us today. She needs no introduction really, but I'll give it a go. So what can we say about Nicole? So she's the lovely lady from the Europe, from Germany, and she's a big part of the community because she's always in chat when everybody streams, and she's also always take part of loads of the community challenges that we see around. And on top of that, she streams every day at the moment now, it seems. She's got the bug, bless her. And we're very pleased to see her streaming everywhere as well. And as well as that, she's also done some really fantastic builds. So without further ado, yeah, I shall bring on Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm not too bad. How's your week going?
Really good. Yeah. Now my highlight stream of the week. I actually love to be here. What an honor to be invited.
Oh, thank you very much. Can you see it now on your side on Twitter as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see you've left a message as well. So
yeah.
Hey, oh, we have Lego Team B out there as well. Yay! Hi guys, hello. So yeah, they popped into the purple side. So this sounds weird. I don't know if we call it the purple side. Does that sound weird?
I think so.
We'll see how it works. So, I'm still trying to get those pictures to work as well. It's very annoying. My phone's misbehaving properly now. Oh, and KO's here.
If not, yeah, I can animate it. Like I built a house and there was a little dog.
That's the dog. Excellent. Oh dear me. So what have you been up to this week so far?
I was streaming, and then I was streaming. And I was a wee bit building, and maybe I will show in a bit. Spoilers. I'm building something dedicated to a certain person, and this person is in the chat, and the person knows about it. So he will not fall dead off his chair. And he saw pictures in between pictures. So
okay, So it's not a surprise to him, but it will be to everybody else in chat.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just cool. Right, I'm happy. I've got it to work, so I didn't have to do the long way around. So, I've got a poll running on YouTube, so hopefully it's showing up. It's just a quick question because we have Nicole with us, who is one of the wonderful people who takes part in a lot of the community challenges, community build challenges. It's usually Habitat seems to be a good one for people to take part in.
Right. I do a few which are really, really easy. It's basically just put a minifigure, follow the theme, and that's it. I really love these because they are easy, no planning to do. And no bricks really require just a basic collection of Lego, and then you can go. But the main thing that I always do is habitats, because habitats, you think it's such a really simple structure and limited in what you can do. Join your first habitat challenge and your mind will be blown because the variations are endless, and the delicacy with which people and the creativity, it's really astounding. It's
I suppose it's because people have generally got you're quite limited for space, so you've kind of got to find solutions to displaying, haven't you? So,
exactly, but you can bring 3D perspective into it, and then there are people who do not only build habitats, but usually a habitat is set up out of at least 3 habitats. So people go the next step. They build 3 habitats, and in itself of these 3 habitats, one big stack appears, and the whole thing all of a sudden gets a new dynamic. Some even integrated from the backside. So if you turn it around, there is some other layer of build going on. Habitats are amazing. And the community is amazing. It's not only your build and the joy that you have. On top of it, the whole community gathers around you and cheers you, gives you feedback, and it's such a joy to be in the community.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good. I mean, I did fine. So I'm just looking at YouTube. It's looking funny. No, sorry. I just realised.
You're looking funny.
Yeah, no.
That's a way to introduce a guest.
No, it is. No, YouTube, not you.
Just
YouTube. No, it's because I just realised. I was looking at it, it's like, what's going on? But it's because I was just checking to make sure the poll was up, and it's
right.
And it's like, why is it only showing me? But of course, I think I was really late pressing play on it, so it's like 5-10 minutes behind. So I had a right moment then. I was like, oh dear, is Nicole not on the screen? Oh gosh. But no,
no worries. It would start worrying me if I would look funny on YouTube, but all right on Twitch. Like, okay, what's going on here?
Oh gosh. So anyway, that's probably a good place to start, I suppose. Just going through, just discussing like the habitats really. So so just to start with, we'll wind it back further than that. So I just thought maybe you'd like to just talk us through your MOC journey, just maybe how you got into mocking in the first place, and also maybe what your inspirations or aspirations are when you're mocking, and if there's any particular thing you like to mock in particular as well, I suppose. So maybe we'll go from there and take it from there.
Yeah, I would love to. One sentence first. I always told about myself that I'm not a mocker. And something really, really funny happened when I did my research in preparation of tonight. I went through my Instagram account because loads of the stuff that I have done was disassembled. And with the original sets, I can build again. But my own creations, no way to do that. And just to realize what have I done, I went all the way back, and I saw that there were 2 pictures on my first day on Instagram. The first one was my mini-me, my sig fig, saying hello. And the second one was a real mock that I did of my dream apartment. And I thought, that's incredible for someone who always claims that I'm not a mocker. Moderation, if you want to be kind, but not a mocker.
Yeah.
First picture that I took for Instagram, and it's a mock. And I thought, that
there
is
you are.
incredible. Yeah.
So,
And
did you send that one across, that picture?
yeah, it's the picture of the Instagram post.
Because I've got to try and find which one it would be now. I would just have a look because I have got them. I have got the pictures. I saved them because I'm sort of prepared.
No, but I can. While you look, I keep on telling. So what I do is I usually take inspiration from a set. I see a set. Oh, right. That is my very first post on Instagram, and that was my. I had two, unfortunately, of the big house, my dream house. I did not really take any pictures, apparently, but it was a big house with a pool in the living room, and it was really, really nice. And I thought, in addition to have a kind of a bachelor apartment somewhere in the city, and really just the basics, and that's what I like to build. Either a set that is halfway there. I only need a set that brings me 50%. The rest I can build myself. Yeah, or something from scratch.
Because you've done, I would jump in ahead really, but I know like you've done like when the hotel set came out, because you sent through that picture, didn't you? Like you expanded it, and
exactly
as well. So you sort of taken the idea there and sort of just sprung from there, really, I suppose. So.
Exactly, and that's totally. I don't see a set and see the flaws in it. I see the potential. So if a set has potential, I'm still buying it. Because to me, a set does not need to be perfect. Look for ways to make it perfect, kind of perfect to me. Because for everyone, a set is different. Some see the hotel and they think to themselves, perfect as it is. To me, I saw the hotel, thought that it has potential, but it looks as if someone has designed it, and halfway through, they lost track of what they were doing. And one day before release, they realized, oh darn, I wanted to design a set. Well, it's halfway there. Half a hotel is better than no hotel. Let's go for it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So,
and since it's so easy, double it up and off you go.
I mean, I suppose that's a good thing as well with Lego, is the fact that, you know, if it isn't quite how you expect it, you can kind of just tweak it and adjust it to make it a bit more how you'd see it would be, or how, you know, because I think didn't some of the earlier modular, oh my gosh, modulars, that's the word.
Yeah.
What words was I trying to say then? So yes, some of the earlier ones when they came out, they didn't have interior. They didn't really have much of an interior, did they either? So,
right. Yeah. Exactly.
So, okay, cool. Okay, so you started then with the apartment. Was that just for a photo you built that, or did you have any?
I had it really for quite a while up on display.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I moved, I looked at it and realized it's not really that brilliant. It's really a simple structure, and I think it was more the thought that inspired me than the actual build, and I disassembled it.
So is that so what sort of things then usually inspire you then? Is it you see something and you just think, oh, actually maybe I can try and replicate, you know, what you're thinking in your head? Or
exactly, I need a spark of inspiration, and then something to really something that sets me off into a direction. I admire everyone who can a bit like a blank surface just start building. I need something that starts me off and that I can use as a baseline. I'm not that inspired that I can make something out of the blue. There's one thing that I kind of created on my own. It's just a tiny wee bit. I saw one tiny thing and I built the whole thing around it. That's something that I really, really am proud of. That really the smallest thing. Yeah, I will tell you which one it is when you show the picture.
Oh, okay. I just think which picture it could be. So what was it? A building? Was it?
And it is a building,
Right.
and there's danger in it.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look then. Let's see if I can.
It's someone might be in big trouble.
Oh, no.
It's it maybe Harry Potter related.
Oh, okay. Was it the? Oh, was it the castle? Was it the one in ruins?
Yes, that one.
Let's have a look. If I bring it up, then you can always say that's the wrong one, you silly Gaz. So was it this one?
That's the one. That's the one.
This is,
and the only thing that I saw in the set, which I really, really loved, was the door up front, the mechanic, the opening mechanic, the middle section, the door frame is the only thing that is left over from the actual set. Everything else is mine.
This bit, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So basically, that was your springboard into this particular build. Was exactly. You just saw the door and you thought that's a really, really nice build.
Yeah.
But you think, would you say then you thought that they didn't use it to its best potential, or how or you saw a better use for it, I should say. So.
Harry Potter suffers from something that is incompleteness. I really love that they bring us so many sets, and all of these sets are sections of a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I absolutely love it because I don't want the whole picture. I want the ability to make it my own. So to me, it's an advantage. To someone else, maybe it's a disadvantage. I love that I only can take little sections and make it my own.
So this is based on is it the Room of Requirement set? Is that where the door's from originally?
No, I think it was from one of the towers.
Ah, okay. So would this be one of the, because there's been so many different versions of Harry Potter, Hogwarts. So would this be grey roof or green roof?
I think it was grey roof. I think if Chris were in the chat and he saw the mechanism of the doors, he would recognize it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Chris, come on.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Maybe. What's the summoning charm? We need the summoning charm, and Chris will appear.
Yeah. OBS.
So this is. So actually, I'm just going to nip back a picture. Actually, so I actually really like this. What you've done with the windows here, because you've used that's just like the ornate sort of fencing panel or piece, isn't it?
Right.
Which is, and you just kind of just put that, and then you've just got the archway around it, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. And do you like to sort of experiment with parts like that when you're building these things and just see how it looks and then go from there?
Yeah, definitely. I really admire you that you can design in studio. I once tried it for a challenge. It drove me crazy. And I need bricks. I need it in my hand. It needs to fall apart on me and I need to do it again. I cannot do it in studio. It's I'm not really talented to operate the computer in fine ways to really move things delicately around, and I don't have the soft touch for that.
Well, you've seen me doing it, right? Because I certainly don't have the soft touch either. Oh dear, I bet. And I think you've probably got more patience than me as well when it comes to building.
I know.
So you just build physically then all the time. You don't just do it that way. So do you have like a big bank of parts you can choose from, or go to?
I have a decent one. not a big one, but a decent one.
Okay.
And I have it in two sections. One section is in drawers and really almost tightly sorted. And then I have one section to this side, and it's really roughly just in buckets, so that I can back and forth and go back and forth. If it
Okay.
does not work out, I must have the ability to just throw it back in 5 minutes. I would never create anything original if
Mhm.
I knew that I had to go to all the zipper bags, to all the drawers, sort it back in. I would just look at it, thinking to myself, is it worth it? Probably not. Just leave it. So mainly from the chaotic section, I build. And then if I really am confident that it has potential, I go to the real section with the real colors and then put it in place.
Fair enough. That's right. Yeah, I tend to do because I do it in studio. I tend to just do it there and then just get the
Oh,
parts to fit the
yeah.
build that way. I do have some parts, but yeah, similar. I probably got less than yourself, I think, as well, just because I only end up with some. Either if we all go crazy on the pad wall, or
Yeah.
you know, although that's not been possible recently, or if I've just on Bricklink when you're ordering stuff and
Yeah.
it's very easy to double up on stuff without realizing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
very good at doing that as well. So that's how I ended up with extra stuff. So.
Right.
But I
Oh.
mean, if you don't have the parts, are you quite happy just to take them off existing sets, or would you then go straight to Bricklink if you haven't got what you want?
I buy it.
Yeah.
Unless I realize that I need the parts and the whole set is possible to be parted out. I do not steal one or two or five pieces of an existing set, even if it's in a zipper bag, because that would drive me crazy. I wouldn't be able to sleep knowing that in this zipper bag, five pieces are missing. Then I would just buy it. But if the set is not important to me and I really want the pieces, I would just part the whole set out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I think my trouble's a bit similar, and once it's built, I don't want to take anything off it if I can help it.
Yeah,
Just yeah, I think I've got that. Is that I think I've got like a completionist thing, which I think it sounds like you may have that slightly as well. In that
yeah.
it's like because you'd just be sat there and you'd be like, but there's a brick missing. I'd have to buy a brick to replace it now. So,
Exactly, exactly. And remember, because I do that all the time, that I buy pieces not to replace, but to build really. And then they arrive weeks later, and I look at the pieces and realize I have no idea why I bought you. And then I put them aside, and they come in handy sooner or later. And I'm so
oh, yeah.
happy that I bought them. I build away, and then another weeks later, I come back to the original build. I will start to try to fix it, whatever is left open, and
Mhm.
realize now I know. That's why I wanted the pieces that now no longer exist, and I have to buy it again.
So, I was going to ask then. So, do you have? I was going to ask if you just have like one project on a go at a time, but maybe it sounds like you've got a couple of builds that you got going on at the same time. Would that be fair?
Yeah, by default, because some because I'm just waiting for pieces, and
Mhm.
others I ran out of. I would like to say intelligence, but I hope it's inspiration or talent, and I hope that both or all three will catch up with me at one time or the other. So sometimes I'm just I leave something open because I know I cannot do it justice
Mm.
for a later day when I see it again and I got better at mocking to really do it properly.
So, oh, what was I going to say? I just had a thought of what you were saying then, and it's completely gone from my head.
Oh
Oh no, so yeah, I say it's probably so yeah, not it's probably more that you get authors when they're writing books and they get to that
no.
point sometimes and they get writer's block. I think it sounds like maybe it's a slight mock block, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um I don't know, that's
I
an
have a
odd
mock
term.
block.
Yeah. Because there's always that point when you get to something and you can see in your head what it is you want to do, but then I suppose you just got to try and find a path to be able to do it. I mean,
exactly.
So when you get to that situation for yourself, how do you try and get around it generally?
I just leave it. I just leave it until I see it again, and I know what to do. For example, with this set, I did it in so many stages, and in the end, it came together. It looks to me, I know it's blasphemy probably to tell about my mini Hogwarts castle, but when you look at the picture, when you open it up, and then when you close it up, and the snake and the figure, and then you look at it from the top and see that the snake looks as if she's the second before she grabs her. And I think to myself that I know how long it took me to build it and to create that scenery and how it came together. It really took me a long time and to really figure it out how to make it that precise that when you look at it, it looks really like the second the snake grabs her.
Yeah, I that's really actually quite smart. I didn't quite pick up on that. But yeah, so excuse me. So yeah, when it's open, it's like that, and you just think, oh, okay, that's a nice scene. But yeah, when you close it up, it adds an extra dimension to it in the sense that, you know, if she doesn't move quick, she's going to get got by the snake. So
exactly.
So
and the colors of the windows, it's depending on the light, all the colors. It's really a matter of time that I built it. And over time, the structure got bigger and changed. And just by adding the different windows, the lighting changed completely. And that really blew my mind. I could have stopped at one point and just called it a day. But by keep going, all of a sudden, I added this effect to it.
And did you get to a point where you thought you're happy when it's sort of finished, or is this one that you still every now and again you come back to and maybe you think, oh, I'm just going to change this little bit and just, you know, or maybe you'll see like a new part or something they've maybe added to, you know, the brick list, or maybe you've seen in a set somewhere. Maybe.
Right. Yeah, it depends. Some I go back over and over again. Some I leave. This one, for example, I really am scared now to touch. Because now I think to myself, whatever I do now, it will ruin it. It's don't touch it again.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, you get to the point, I suppose, and you're like, I'm quite happy with it because I mean, that's really nice down here. We've got I don't know, can you see my cursor? No, it's not sure. We've got like just down in the bottom corner, bottom right hand corner, you've got like the green glow. So that's coming through like the stained glass window that you've done.
Right. Yeah.
So would you for this, would you consider like adding like a lighting kit to it as well? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah. I really would like to do that. In general, to my city, I would like to do that. To my creations, I would like to do that. The only problem is that I'm scared of electricity.
Okay.
The thought of electricity and plastic in my head do not go along together. I know that nowadays the lights are cold and there's no heat to the plastic. There's no reason for me to be scared. But for some reason in my head, there is still the connection to light and warmth. Like in old days when you touched a light bulb, it really got warm.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah. Very.
Yeah, so I'm scared to do that.
I mean, I know it's not Lego talk, but I think it doesn't help. I remember there were loads of adverts on about stuff like that growing up, and it does put you off. So, you know, there's adverts that just put you off things when you're younger, and it just sticks in your head. So it sounds like it's possibly something along there. You're like, oh no.
And I made fun of it for a long time. Like maybe I should really light up my city, and if it goes off in flames, better do it on camera. Like if I went live one day, like there are flames in the background. Is that just I don't know, like in concerts? Is that meant to be, or
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, no one's got lights like these. Look, and it's like
exactly.
Oh, brilliant. Oh dear. No, we don't recommend 1052 Lego.
No.
So just looking here as well then. So you have done. So you've got the. Is this the play scale version of the Harry Potter sets as well?
Exactly. Yeah, I have diagonally, and I was really tempted to close up diagonally as well, but that would have been expensive. And now the playsets came out, and I thought to myself, now's my chance to build another diagonally and close it up.
So have you kept the interiors that it came with? Have you added your own as well?
This is an interim time in the build. I kept the original part, the first 6 studs, and the back is still vacant of any build.
Okay.
I now need to venture into interior design.
Yeah, that's a whole other level, really, isn't it? Doing that, because it's a bit of a funny one as well, in the sense that, you know, if you've got a closed building, it's very difficult, because obviously if you build inside as well, then no one's really going to see it because the building's all closed. So, but then it completes it as well. So it's a bit of a
and it's really difficult if you move away from it, because now it looks kind of complete. If you do not open it up, you do not realize that something is missing. So it's an easy temptation to just move on with your life and forget about the tricky thing that's now going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. And so then, you've got more there as well. I didn't see. Oh, Ollivander's as well. Where's it not shown? Oh, so this is the back.
Oh, that's the back side, right?
Yeah. Okay. So they're originally they were just six studs deep. You said, wasn't it, originally with these ones?
I think it's 6 studs. Let me see.
No.
I think 2, 4. Yes, it's 6 studs deep. The building.
Okay. So you've still got like the windows to be able to get light in there as well, though. So it's quite cool that you've sort of kept that as an option as well, because
I absolutely love windows and these panel pieces, the see-through panel pieces. I absolutely love them. I use them as sky panels to have a sky window on top to close up buildings, and I use them quite often at the back as well, because on one hand I do not like open backs on buildings. On the other side, I do not like that when I close them up, you are not able to see anymore what's inside. So I quite often use the big panel pieces, the see-through window panels.
Yeah.
Then you have the best of both worlds.
Well, yeah, because you can then, you can actually see inside it then without having to keep taking it apart as well, then, can't you? See?
Exactly.
And if you hear a noise, you think, "Oh, what's fallen over?" You just check. So
exactly.
Let's see. So what else? And then we have 2 privet drives here. Now, have you modified these as well, presumably?
Yes. Yeah, I closed them up, and there you can see that I used the panel pieces in order to still have the back view into the houses, because I really liked to build both exactly the same, because in some towns you have houses which do not look different at all, and sometimes you can even buy them with the same furniture. So I really wanted to keep it.
So you've just tweaked a few of the details with these, like some of the garden bits. I think you swapped some of these around as well, haven't you? So, and that's then just to make the whole. I suppose it's like the whole street. Then you can make then. That
exactly. Yeah, and you will see that all of my builds, based on the outside area, they are scarce. I still have the hope that I will sooner or later will be able to do stop motion. So
Okay.
if it's too busy and everything is very too busy on the eye, I thought it's too much for a stop motion. And if I really
Hmm.
want to set up sceneries, so everything that I did has still the option for me to use the sceneries to do stop motion with it.
Oh, so even when you're building, even when you're doing something like this, you have got in the back of your head that it's got to have a purpose. You know, needs an extra purpose in that you want to be able to do this with your build when it's all finished as well.
Right, because everything that I build is integrated in my city in one way or the other. So my city is I occupy as a resident my city as the main builder, main and only
Okay.
builder.
Yeah.
But my minifigs, they are living in the city, kind of. And so there needs space to be for them to have fun and do stuff. So for example, with Private Drive, maybe have a birthday party there or a fight scene, something. And for that we need space.
So all of your, well, I say, so would you say all of your builds end up in your city, or do you have some that are separate from there as well?
Yeah, I have in my living room one section that is purely display, like the icon set from the Harry Potter Hedwig is there, Rivendell is there. These sets are in the living room in a separate section. And in this room, everything is city dedicated.
Okay.
Not everything directly integrated. There is one section which is a bit of spare part building so that I could swap it out.
Okay. Is that the bit that's off camera so we can't see it? So is that it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I tend to just build mine. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. And I remember you doing this, sharing this as well, that you did the Shrieking Shack. You actually again enclosed this one as well. So how did you go about doing this one? Was it just all spare bricks, or do you buy 2 sets, or how did you go about it?
For that, I bought 2 sets.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah. And this is one that I built first the front, and then the second part I integrated, which gave me the option to have it fully. All of my buildings are fully modular, either by opening up via a hinge, or that it can be taken apart like a normal modular building. And this one is modular in the way like a modular building.
So it's like stacks, is effectively.
Yeah. And that from 2 perspectives. One, the original build, which I made modular, and then so you can take it apart from 2 on 2 levels. You can take the back off without without touching the front.
Oh, okay.
And you can dismantle it completely so that you only have the base in place.
So is it, so on this one then the back section would come off then, or?
Yes, everything comes off, but it is it is put together that you have the option only to take off the back or take off everything.
So how do you? So when you are sort of adapting them to enclose these sets, how do you decide then? Whether it's going to be like a stackable traditional modular or like more of a doll's housey type hinge. How do you decide between the two?
The building tells me. I see, and the first thing is I see the set on shelf or online, and I like the basic concept. I like the look of it. And then I buy 1 or 2, and then I start building. And the building tells me where it wants to go. I wouldn't be able to tell you before what I'm going to do with it. I just start building, and my hands, my brain, and the set lead me the way. Whatever is possible based on my abilities. I couldn't even if I wanted to, I couldn't tell you beforehand. I'm going to buy this set, and it will look like that. For example, I have 2 of the family reunion sets
Oh yeah.
the Chinese restaurants. I will close it up. I will make it my own. It's still in box. I have no idea where the set will lead me. Whether it will look totally different. Whether I need maybe another set. I hope I will not need another set because probably I won't have much time left to buy another set. But I start building, and yeah, over time I realize how the building develops, and I think the only way how to describe it is the building knows where it wants to go, and I just follow along.
That's really quite cool because yeah, you kind of then I suppose you just like following the lines of the building, and then like how it sort of progresses as well. So I suppose if like the build, it does, you know, it's got lots of curved bricks on, and then suddenly they put like a block wall in, you know, you're thinking, well, actually it wants to keep going as a curve. It doesn't want this horrible flat surface. So.
Exactly. And maybe it's one of the reasons for it is that I'm not such an accomplished builder and do not have the eye for details, because sometimes I keep on building and halfway through one of the building sections, I realize this looks totally out of proportion. That looks weird. And no. It needs to be taken back, and some other approach needs to be taken. A really accomplished builder probably would have seen that right from the start. I need to see the bricks come together, and then I realize either, okay, that works, or that looks weird. It runs into a direction that does not work. It's not easy on the eye.
But I mean, I suppose, there isn't really a right or wrong way of doing stuff, is there? I mean, because I know like when people traditionally are learning to do, so, you know, if you start a new job, you know, you can either learn by watching someone else do it, or you can learn just by getting your hands dirty doing it. So I think maybe that's, you know, maybe it just sounds like you'll jump in, you know, get your hands dirty as it were, and just give it a go, see what works and see what doesn't work. I mean,
right.
So, but I mean, again, it's how then you learn, because then next time you'll think, well, actually, I tried that last time, it didn't work quite as well, but maybe I could tweak it, and so so yes, as Mayo says there as well, you know, trial and error, and
right,
learn from what you've done and develop from there. So
yeah, exactly.
And I noticed this is millsed as well, so
right,
that'll pop in your city then.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing a mixed. The main section on the upper tables, they are not on mills. So now I really have to. I have a hard time to either raise the others up or change my approach to it. I don't know, but I have a mixed approach to it. Some are put on mills and some are not.
Okay. So you've spoken about your city. So if I have a look in here, so we've got some of the houses that you've done. So I think these are based on some of the friends' houses as well. So
yes.
It's done them in a funny order because that's not actually the first picture. This is the first picture.
Right.
So I'm not familiar with this set at all. So whereabouts would this one have started? Or is it just again the front, so many studs deep?
Yeah. That's definitely just when you look at the front, the one that we are looking at right now, you would think to yourself, that's the friend set. Nothing changed at all, at least not that I remember. And then I added the back to it.
Okay.
So, Mark, that's Andrea's house.
So you've added. So I guess where maybe from where the roof ends, or maybe further forward than that would be.
The original one ends at the roof on top, the blue one, the dark.
Okay. So you've added this and more rooms inside as well.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Now I know Lego houses don't, when they are, got a slimmer profile, they don't generally have a route from the ground floor up. So if you had, like maybe in this instance, you've had to find a way to include like a staircase or something as well.
That's a very good question. Staircases are not my best feature. Um, with that one, I went a bit sneaky because you can see it on the left side. There is a ladder. So my poor residents of this house, if they want to go upstairs, they have to go outside, have to climb up the ladder, go through the door, and then they can reach the second floor.
Okay.
Not the most convenient way to reach the upper stairs, but it works. No one complained yet.
Well, it's a good workout for them every day. You just go up the stairs, go up the ladder.
Yeah. But it's a very good point because years ago, one of the first MOCs that I did, I think I sent you a picture of it, was my hospital, and it was high. It was 4 or 5 floors high, and I built away and I put it on display. And only after I finished, I realized that I built a hospital that no one could reach any other floor than the ground floor. So I always joke that I have magical, that one.
Yeah.
That's my hospital that I totally neglected to think of an elevator, staircases. So the patients on the upside, on the upper stair levels, they need to remain up there.
Okay.
And the really sick ones need to hope that the cafeteria will be able to solve our problems because they cannot reach any of the examination rooms.
Oh, I see.
Luckily,
but
luckily at that point in time, I had a lot of superheroes in my
Oh,
city living.
okay.
They were fine.
So they could just drop them up there. Just
Exactly.
call Superman. You can just give them like an Uber lift up to one of the floors or something.
Exactly.
But would you go back though then to a set like this? Because I mean, it's a really nice looking building. This one. Would you go back and maybe add like a lift? Because you've got that new like pasta-like piece that's in the borough and all the rest of them now. Would you maybe go back and include something like that now that you've seen different techniques? Or
I definitely want to, because I disassembled it. I got annoyed afterwards and thought to myself, long term, it does not really work. A hospital without stairs. And it's set up in such a way that it wouldn't have been possible to really easily integrate elevator unless I would have put it at the side. And when I moved, I decided I have to do it from scratch anyway. So I decided to disassemble it. Same with the lighthouse. I closed up the lighthouse as well.
Was that the Scooby-Doo one originally?
The hidden side one.
Ah, hidden side. Okay, yeah. Is that a couple? They had like a couple of lighthouses within a few years of each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, and was this hospital then? Was that like a modularized one as well, where you can like a stack one as well?
Yeah, right. All of my buildings are always modularized so that you can take it apart.
And were there any features on this that you were really pleased with and that maybe you'll reuse again? Like for example, I really like the bit at the top with the wheel archways you've used, because it's a nice little feature on the building.
Yeah. I like the ground floor because there were some sort of integration of multiple rooms, and they went together really, really nicely. For that, I really felt sorry that I had to disassemble it. The upper rooms are really quite simple. Yeah, but the ground floor was really there. Of that, I was proud. So now that's why I struggle with mocking, because and I admire Ollie that he can take it apart. Because now I look at the picture and I remember that I built it, and I feel sorry because other than this one single picture, nothing exists of this build anymore. It's gone. It's as if it never happened.
Oh, but you still got a record of it though, so.
But only this one picture. Yeah.
So, I mean, so what do you think made you sort of first start doing the mocking? And was it just seeing a set and thinking, I think I need to change this? And then, as you say, other than obviously the apartment picture that you sent through as well, is there something that made you sort of start doing it more and more and more?
Friends brought me into it because right from the start, I saw sets that I was never interested building, but only wanted to use. Do I have the pieces here? Yes. Let me show you.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Tell you what,
Friends has so many pretty window pieces, and I saw so many sets in 2018, 2019 that I wasn't interested in building, but wanted the pieces. And I have so many window pieces, some printed, some with stickers, and I bought the set just for the pieces. And just the delight to start building on my own, having these beautiful pieces and be able to integrate it and make something on my own out of it.
So I suppose sometimes then you just had maybe one part then that you've seen and you thought, I really want to be able to do something with this. And has that made you then sort of just go crazy and, you know, you're like, let's make a building and this is going to be the heart of it. I mean, I suppose we've seen some of that with the Hogwarts one as well. But I mean, is that like a one-off, or does that happen a lot with you when you're mocking?
It happens all the time. And some probably would tell me that it's crazy to buy the whole set. But to me, it boosts my collection. I buy the whole set, and to me, it's not a waste of money and not a waste of time to sort it out, because one day or the other, not all of the pieces, maybe only 10% of the pieces that I bought, there is something in the set. I bought it for the panel pieces, and one day I will build something else, and all of a sudden I will be so delighted that I have the other pieces as well. So buying the whole set and buying multiple of them totally worth for me, because it boosts my collection and it boosts the variety of pieces that I have, because I go to the pep wall as well, but the pep wall is really limited to what you buy. And so
it is,
when you buy a whole set, it gives you at once a variety that you might not need now, but one day in the future, when you go crazy with your own ideas, you will be so happy to open a drawer and find something that inspires you.
Yeah, I guess you're sort of future-proofing yourself slightly with that as well, aren't you? Because you're like, you know, maybe in a couple of months or so, you'd be sat there and you think to yourself, I really need a window or a brick in that color, and you think, oh, actually, I've got it because it was in that set, and off you go. And
exactly. Or you just open the bag and you do not really remember that you have this piece. But to me, it feels like magic. I have a decent collection of loose bricks, but not really a big one. And it feels like magic when I build something and I know I need a 1x3 in pink. And I open the bag and I know, fair chance, I never have this one. And then I roam around in the bag or in the drawer, and all of a sudden it's there. It feels like magic. And I know to a certain degree I make up my own world when I do not find it. Guys, don't ask me how it happens, but sometimes when I put 3 pieces in, I find the one piece that I'm looking for. It's a bit like the universe is centered in my loose bricks collection that works in trading. Like, okay, you gave me 3 pieces. You are looking for this piece. Look again. You will find it, and it works. Sometimes it works, and that is such a magical moment.
And do you have it then that sometimes when you have like when you're looking for a particular brick, you can't find it, and then if you couldn't find it, would you stop, or would you think, I'm really, really, really want to keep going with this? So what I want to do is I'm going to find a way around it and then find a different brick that works? Or is it a case of, you know, you focus and you're like, no, it has to be that one. I'm gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Often I buy it, but I work my way around it because I'm so impatient.
All right.
It would be different if it were if I were able to buy it from Amazon. 24-hour delivery time, I would be able to wait. But knowing that it takes at least a week, if not multiple weeks, I might buy it because I feel the need to have it because it needs to be perfect. But
Right.
I keep on building, and usually I don't use then the piece when it's delivered for the purpose that I bought it for.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I suppose you sort of fixed it just with
Exactly.
trying to whilst you're waiting, and then you're like, oh, I don't need it now. I'll put it in the drawer.
Yeah, and then you look at it, and I think to myself, well, that works as well. Maybe even better than what I had in mind. So it's so I'm so lucky that I spent my own money because I would spend someone else's money, and the other person or people would realize, well, you just spent 58 euros for these 3 pieces because it needs to be worth waiting for it. I'm not going to buy 3 pieces and wait for it for weeks. So, and in the end, you are not needing it anymore. What we are doing, I still love it. I think it's part of being in the hobby that you buy stuff, and in the first view, it might look as if you are wasting money, but in the long term, it will be paying off. Even if objectively, if I look at my loose bricks collection, objectively, I only use maybe 5% of what I have, and the rest is just theoretically there in case I need it.
So for emergencies, it's like, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's like,
Exactly,
yeah.
because you cannot really put your finger on, okay, these 95% are maybe once in a lifetime things that you have. You never know when you need it.
Yeah, I've done that. I've got like a drawer of a couple of parts, and you think this will be really useful, I'm sure, and then I've still never used them.
Exactly.
And then I think the one time I did need to use them, I forgot they were there, and ordered some more anyway.
Right, me too.
Yeah. It's like, oh. But you don't realize until after you've got it and you started building, and you're like, you have to look for something else, and you're like, oh, I've already had that. Oh.
Right.
Especially if it's a pricier part, maybe.
Yeah.
So there was one of the pictures you sent in, and this wasn't a building at all. It's I'm going to add it now. So I saw this. So this was you sent this one over, and it was humans don't get upset. I was just so could you talk me through this one a bit?
That is a very emotional one for me. I translated the title directly from German. It's in German, it's Mensch, ärger dich nicht, human, don't get upset, and it's a game. And this is a game that my parents played with me all the time. They when I moved out, my sister and brother moved out, and they were on their own. They played this game all the time, and it's such a fun game. And they both passed away last year, and it's such a dear memory to me to this game, how we played it and what it means to me. And one day I thought to myself, I think it was around the time when Lego released this gift with purchase game.
Oh,
And
I know the one, yeah.
yeah, and I mocked that at one point, and I thought to myself sometime last year that this is something that I can build on my own. I think I was considering buying it for myself because I never had it. We went to my parents and played it there, and out of nostalgia, I wanted to buy it. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, that is something that I can easily build out of Lego. And I had so much fun creating it.
So then so you're working basically from like your memory of the game, or did you look at pictures of the game just to make sure you had it?
Yeah, I looked at pictures as well, just in regard to the dimensions to get
Okay.
that right. And I did not get it 100% right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I want to fix it or whether this version is good enough because it paints the picture. It's yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
playable.
so I mean, Lego is always going to be a little bit out size wise because it's, I don't know, that it's ever so slightly funny size the bricks are anyway, really. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it looks great. Actually, I could zoom in a bit, can't I? So does it actually all work the same as the game as well?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
It works exactly the same.
oh, that's so cool. So this is quite what I love about this then is that it is so personal to you as well, but it's still quite really lovely to look at as well because it's got such vibrant colours on it.
Thank you.
And presumably you've played it as well. With someone?
Only with myself so far.
Oh,
And
okay.
I always win. I don't know why.
You always win.
I might be cheating, but
Oh,
we don't
come
talk
on.
about that.
You don't talk about that. Oh no, that's brilliant. But it's great as well though because you kind of used your current, your hobby then to just replicate something that you used to that's brought you happiness in the past, and it's a great way then to, I don't know, almost be like a little tribute to like your memories and stuff,
Right.
of the fun times that you had. I mean,
Thank you.
so this is going to stay built then, presumably. You'd
Yes.
never take this one apart.
Yeah. My hope is that at one point in the future, when my family comes over and we remember the good times, that we might play it again.
And you'll win again.
Right. Probably not.
No. Oh no.
Oh, but that's why that's the fun of the game, to get upset about it.
Oh, okay. So when you get upset about it, at least then I suppose with this one, if you throw it, you can put it back together again easier than
Exactly.
if it's anything like family games I've played, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They can get that dicey. So yeah, that's really cool. I love that. Because it's a bit of, because it's a departure as well. I think that's what makes it stand out when I was looking at the pictures, is because, I mean, the name for a start as well, because obviously you've done the translation, so there's a story behind it there. But also because your builds generally are for minifigure scale in one way or another. So it's either a building or a habitat or a vehicle. You've got a couple of vehicles that you've done as well. I think there was this and the vase as well that you've recently done as well, which I think the only two that aren't minifigure scale related. Is that right?
I like two scales, either minifigure scale or human size scale. So I'm one of the rare people who like the football table.
Okay.
It's or one that I really like as well is the typewriter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it has something unique to me that if it's human sized as well. Yeah,
that's fair. Okay. And so what made you want to build this vase as well? Whilst we've got it here. So.
Because I fell in love with the Lego flowers. And I wanted to buy a vase, and I bought one vase, but then I bought even more flowers, and I'm not sure how it happened. I kept on buying, and I thought to myself, a bit like with the game, why to buy more vases? Because now that I fell in love with the Lego flowers, why would I go and kill real flowers, which I have to throw away after a week or 2 or 3, because that's the only reason to have a real vase. Because for water, this one, spoilers, does not hold any water.
Spoilers.
Right. So that's why I thought if it's not meant to hold any water, because Lego flowers are meant to go in there. Why not build the vase on my own as well?
So would this be like the first of many, do you think? Or do you think you'd maybe do like a series of vases?
I hope so. Because this one is a really, really simple one.
Hey, Chris.
I hope that in future... Hey, Chris. Now we could have asked Chris where the dog comes from.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a minute.
No. Yeah, but in future, I hope that when I have more inspiration and more abilities to build delicate things, because a vase can be very delicate and elegant and graceful. I hope that I will be building more vases as well, because that's a really rough vase. Very simple structure.
But you say simple though. I mean, you still got that really nice sort of round curve on the whole thing as well. I mean, it's not. I mean, I haven't done anything that's that round at all. So it's like, oh wow, that's really good. So this is going to be like you'd maybe use this as like a template when you do other vases, I guess.
Maybe. Yeah, I hope. But it's really difficult, as you said. Round structure is not easy, and to get that in a stable fashion so that it holds the weight of the flowers, it was not easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's of course, yeah, because I suppose if they're tall, because I mean all the weight's going to be at the top of the flowers anyway, isn't it? So
exactly.
They'll be more top heavy than the real one, I suppose.
Yeah, right.
So you need to make sure, the balance. Oh god. So there's a lot of sort of a lot more than meets the eye really with this, because it needs to be sort of balanced and weighted properly at the bottom just to give it some more stability. Then.
Yeah, right.
See, that's really quite really clever. I think what we'll do actually, because that, as we're talking about rounded things, that probably take us quite well onto the mock review. So if we do the mock review, and then we can come back and talk about some of the other stuff as well, like maybe some of the sig fig stuff you've done and some more of the expansions you've done, and because I think you've sent some pictures of some of the challenges as well.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Right, so I'm going to close this, and I'm going to find another folder now. I'm trying to remember which one it was, because I've got two with the same name. Oh, there you go.
While you take a second, I will be back in a second as well, because I just realized that I have not plugged in my laptop before I die on you.
Oh, okay. Streaming 101, Nicole. That's good. It gives me a chance to get this up. Actually, I've got to put the builder's name in the description, because it wouldn't let me do it on the YouTube, which is very annoying, has to be said. So I am just going to quickly add this on now whilst Nicole's plugging in. What are we calling you? Because I've actually, what I've done this time around, though outside looking in, you won't see any difference. I've done this through my own account. Thanks to Martin, who's just lovely like that. He did mention that you can actually have link your account to different YouTube accounts, which is what I've done here. So this is mine. If I select one drop down, if I select another drop down, it's MOC Heads. So it's all in one place. So it's a bit tidier for me. Slightly less passwords to remember as well, which I can never do because there's so many passwords. So
right.
So I'm just going to quickly put in the name of this one that Nicole sent over, and then I will bring it up because I am that organised. It took me so long to get. It took me so long to upload the pictures today because I think you've probably found it as well, actually, Nicole, that if you using going through Instagram just to find a picture, you can't zoom in on the picture at all to see any of the techniques or anything. And obviously, as we're going to be talking about techniques and stuff, that's not very helpful because you can't see anything what's going on.
Right.
So I am just going to quickly flick there and just get this last one. And even though I should remember the name because I've been following this one for ages. Come on. All behind the curtain. This is... They always say you should never look behind the curtain, but
I was very lucky. This person I met in Chicago, and he was so nice. I was walking around and I was looking at his display, and he went over to me and he explained his displays to me. He took the time to, of course,
I see. You actually met this guy as well.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, with no further ado, I'm gonna just open it up then. So, and I do. That's the right one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't
cool.
that amazing? When I look at that, it looks to me as if it defies gravity. It's and knowing how when I build, I would never dare to do something because I wouldn't be able to imagine that the weight on top would be able to be kept up by this tiny wee bit of connection. It leaves me totally baffled to see that, and it works and it's stable. And I saw his builds, not this particular one, but I saw his builds live in Chicago. It's not photo montage; they are genuine builds of his, and he makes it work. And to see the angles, to see how he structured and to see the gribbling, it's so detailed and it's so just fascinating to see. For me, his creations are art. It's real art to me.
Yeah, it's because when you sent this over, I thought, yeah, but where's the Lego? And then, because you first see this and you don't quite. It's a bit of a tricks your eyes slightly because you just think, well, that's clearly metal, but it's not. It's at all. Obviously, because it's looking at Lego stream, but
yeah,
it's like the the brick bending techniques he's got going on here, but then it's kind of those MC Escher paintings where things don't quite line up and you can't quite work out. It's got that sort of optical like effect on it as well, doesn't it? Because you can't quite work out which angle some of them are at. It's very
exactly
very interesting. Because on the post you sent through, there were a couple of different pictures, and this is him assembling it, presumably, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's literally just 3. I don't know what you call them, J pieces, I suppose. So,
yeah, right.
right. So all complete. I mean, the whole thing is only held up as well by that one stud there as well. I think is that a Technic brick it goes into?
Could
well,
be.
I think. But then he's only got like that's like just one jumper point of connection there.
Yeah.
As well.
And if you showed me that picture, and you would tell me that you are going to assemble it and put it on this wee connection, I would tell you good luck with that. That will never hold. It can't. It's impossible. It's unless there's magic involved. How?
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. The only thing I will say, it's a shame there's not a video actually showing how he actually put it up, because you must have to make sure everything's at the right sort of angle, otherwise it would tip either way. I suppose.
Right. I think I imagine it's somehow the structure in itself, that there is a white balance, that this keeps itself in balance, and then it is placed at a strategic point in the build that all the weight comes together at precisely the right point, that this is how it works. Because look at it, I would never be able to imagine that this is possible.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how it actually all connects as well. It's because going back to the first picture again, I just wonder where the connection point, where the connection points actually are in the build, and then how that translates to just these, a couple of those studs there, or maybe the 4 there, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's as simple as that either.
Yeah, I assume he has he built it in different directions so that he can connect it.
Yeah. Does it say that? Oh, okay, so it does connect something there. But then there's still these bits as well, all these different. Oh, and that'd be for the tile plates, maybe, because then I suppose they'll give it extra support when they're in, won't they?
Yeah.
As well. That's so amazing, though. Concentration as well. I don't blame.
Yeah.
See that stud here. Do you think this probably is what is the bit that connects to this? Maybe just that one stud there.
But can you imagine that one stud can hold? I don't dare to put any weight on one stud, let alone such a delicate build.
Yeah, how does it not come off?
Yeah.
Because it's not. Does it? I can't remember. Did it go straight up? No, because it's at an angle as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just. Yeah, it must just be to do with balance. I suppose because all the parts are all equal sizes here, then the weight's going to be the same as well, I suppose. So one there, one there.
Yeah.
One there, one there. It's going to make sure it doesn't go one way more than the other, I suppose.
Right. And then you have a counterbalance to it.
Yeah. My gosh. Oh, and that's the. He's looking very calm as well. I will say. Sorry. I don't know if I'd look as calm as that doing that.
Right.
Oh, that's slightly. Is that set up ever so slightly differently? Then it expands. Do you think? Because it looks like it's a bit squashed down in this picture. Maybe then he just.
Or is it?
Unfolds it slightly.
Yeah. I'm wondering, or it's the backs. If you turned it around 180 degrees, that would be the side that we looked at.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is actually. I think you're right there. But this is a cracking picture as well, because he's got it, and it's not even that big actually. Looking at the size of it there, but then you've got all these other little ones that it's just like casually. Oh, I've got this as well. I mean, look at these. This is amazing. I don't know how the techniques in some of these. I think a lot of that must be going in all kinds of directions.
Yeah, right. Definitely. And that is what drew me in. Because in Chicago, everything was big. Not everything. There were smaller bits as well. But there were quite a lot of really big bits. And then you walk around the room and there are these gems. It's precious to see something that does not have to be big, does not have to have thousands and thousands of pieces, and still it's fascinating. It's pure beauty to look at it.
I think that's the mistake that well, not the mistake. I think that's the mindset people get into sometimes that maybe puts them off displaying at a show. Is everything's got to be big, because whenever you see pictures of shows, it's always the big ones that dominate because they do, because of the scale. It's just natural.
Right.
But as you say, there are gems like this that are just deserve deserving of their place there as some of the bigger ones as well. And
right.
And it's as sizes and everything, as you can see here quite clearly. It's what you do with what you've got, really, more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
With this, would you be tempted to display in a show?
Well? I'm really tempted because I was something was mentioned whether I would like to bring to Bricktastic the drakes. And
yes. Yes.
So I think they are unique enough for me to bring them, and they could be fun because they have the personal connection to the community. And I'm not really saying, everyone in the chat, please. I'm not saying that when you look at my drakes that you recognize Ian and Carrie and Greg right from the start. Like, it's like a real life portrait. That's Carrie, and no doubt about it. Saw her yesterday. See this now, Carrie. No doubt about it. No. It's character. But I think knowing who they are supposed to be, it would be fun to look at it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the thing as well is because they're sort of quite whimsical builds as well, aren't they? And you know, and yeah, it's just fun. And people, as you know, as you saw last year at this year, it's still this year really, at Bricktastic, they did the thing with all the AT-ATs. So that's all, you know, one thing, and people personalized it, which is what you've done with those as well. So
exactly.
There's precedent already for it. So
yeah, right.
so we should watch this space maybe. Yeah. So, well, thank you. This is a phenomenal builder. That's really is fantastic.
I'm so glad you like him.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing him to our attention as well. So I would take. Oh, so yeah. So that's the guy's name there, Steinman Zachary, at Steinman Zachary on Instagram. Lots on his account as well. So definitely worth following. Definitely worth following there. And I'm just gonna load up my choice.
And a really nice guy. If you ever see him at a convention, talk to him. He was so graceful and so kind and embracing, because we didn't know each other. And I was just walking past, and he took the time to really explain to me what he had with him and how he did it. And it was really amazing that he took the time with me.
Yeah, it's always nice actually though when people do just stop and chat sometimes, I think, because it's nice sometimes just to hear maybe a bit more about them, and then you get to maybe appreciate something new with the build as well. So,
right.
Which is always good. So I'm going to load up my one. So you can load up. Did I load up? You got to load up. It did. Cool. Just got to get the cool. There you go. Got to stop saying cool. So this is the one that I chose. I think this is just the same building all through. So I chose this one because I'll stop doing that. There are some really, really great colors with this one for a start, and I really like the tree. I don't know what's happened. I'm suddenly all about trees and how to make really fun looking trees. And I think KO there as well. Oh no, sorry. Hey KO. And it's TJ as well. Hello, hi guys.
TJ.
This is by Jeff.moc. So he's done like the building, but the trees are the thing with this build, because it just completely steals the show. And I quite like the fact that he's got like just a normal the round bricks here, but then he sort of obscured them by just putting some other bricks in really, and then wrapping them with like a cord, which is must be one of the string pieces there, which he's got hooked up there. But it just completely transforms the tree and makes it look a bit more tree-like, I suppose. Is that right?
More natural. Yeah. And I like the color combination of the really colorful top and the very difference in color and the usage of pieces.
Yeah, it's because he's got not just leaves for the leaves. He's got like the wedge pieces, which I think seems to be more and more a thing now that people seem to be doing. I think
now that Dots is dead.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Rest in peace, Dots.
Yeah, right.
But I think as well, if you're using the wedges as well, I think you can probably get more colours in them, I think, than maybe the leaves.
Yeah, and it covers up the hole in the leaf.
Yes, that's
so
the
that
point,
it does not expose.
Yeah, because he's used some stars as well, which is, that's kind of the similar sort of shape to what you would get in nature as well.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing more and more of people using random minifigure hands just for different things.
Yeah.
So we've got that view.
And it has a beautiful balance between, it's not too much on foliage and not too few as well. It has a real natural look.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the things that stands out as well. I mean, it's as you say, it's the colour, but you've got the vibrance of the tree, and then mean, the barn's still a lovely colour because I think it's most. Is it? I think you'd say it's dark red, and I've just noticed a technique which I think is amazing, which I'll come to in a minute. But yeah, then you've got like the house then, which is sort of a dialed down little colour palette versus the vibrance of the tree. But they, as you say, you've got like the nice balance between the two there, which is really lovely. The technique I've just seen is the walls here. I don't know if guys out there have noticed as well, but these are all those ingot pieces. So he's got a plate. It could be a one. I'm not sure if it's a 1x1 or one by 1 deep or 2 deep. But then he's got a line then of the ingot pieces here, which gives it then that like an actual wooden shape to it there.
Yeah.
Which is, I haven't seen that done like that before.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I've been looking at this for the last couple of weeks, and I've only just noticed that. That's really. But then it's because you can't zoom in on Instagram. So.
Right. But the patience that you have to have, and the piece counts, because it's all in one color. It's not only that you need the pieces, you need the pieces in that exact color, and to have the patience to build it.
Yeah.
And run with it, because at the start of a build, you never know whether it pays out. Or I never know whether it pays out. Can you imagine you build that building, and halfway through you realize that looks like, let's do it again. Taking it apart, it's heartbreaking.
Because you'd have to separate everything there,
right?
Wouldn't you? And that's probably a day's worth of work just to do that.
Oh my God, that takes commitment.
So this is then against a white background, which it still works, but you can see that I think because he's got the blue in the background here and that nice table, it sort of changes the colours when you see it against the white background. I don't know. Would you say this would probably be the true colours as they are like this?
I think so. Yeah.
Because it's a bit more brightly lit, but you can see a better close up of the actual technique on the tree there, and a few more of the parts used as well. So like some claw pieces and these wonderful pieces. The action. Do you call them the action pieces? I suppose these ones.
Yeah, I think it's a technic. Is it a technic one?
That's the the one that came with the DC CMF.
That one. Yeah.
Oh, but that looks.
Wow.
What is this? I can't work out what this piece is here. Can't quite work out what it is.
It looks a bit like, do you know, in the stud shooters of Star Wars, the piece that is put in place so that you can shoot the stud.
Ah, okay. Oh wow.
I'm not pretty sure. It looks familiar.
Yeah. See, it just always gets me. It always surprises me sometimes when people can just look at a part and not see it the way it's always used and just see it as, a shape maybe. It's just insane, really. Have we got any more? I just see if there's anything else we can spot on the tree. There's a snake here as well, look, which I didn't spot.
Yeah.
And I love I think the ingot pieces are quite good anyway, because they are a good way of breaking up if you're doing any sort of tiling, which is what they've done here as well, which is really, really cool.
It looks amazing.
Oh, we got the squirrel. Oh, gotta have a squirrel.
Yeah, so cool. And it's so difficult to know how much is too much to keep going or to just leave it with 3 or 5 or 20 leaf pieces.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Because he could have. I think if he'd gone less, it probably wouldn't have the same impact, because I think then the house then would outbalance the colours, wouldn't it? A bit more. Yeah. Then if he'd gone more, then that would have overpowered. The trees the leaves would have overpowered it. So yeah, he's managed to. Yeah, you raise a good point. He's really got the balance really well.
And it makes sense when you look at the tree, which has bare parts. So it totally makes sense that all the leaves on the house and on the ground came originally from the tree. It's not that he has a really full tree and you think to yourself, where's all this leafage coming? It's other imaginable other trees surrounding that we don't see. It totally makes sense in the build that where they come from.
It's like they sort of just spilt from one end of. If it was a picture, it's like they've spilt from one end and just gone spread that way because they're on the roof here. I mean, I don't think there's a picture of the other side. There's on the other side, but there's a lot less on the roof that side, and not as many leaves then on the ground because there wouldn't be. You'd maybe get one or two blown over the top.
Yeah.
And that's a good door.
It really is amazing. It reminds me of one of the old oil paintings, which captures a moment in time.
It's quite dynamic, isn't it, as well? I think because you get there's a sense of movement with the leaves, the way they've spread, and that must be the inspiration then as well. The house, which I think the Lego one looks a little bit better, actually.
Yeah, right. I prefer to.
Yeah.
Me too.
So, that one, that one, this one. I'd live in this one.
Me too.
I think it's dark. I think it's dark red mostly on that one, Greg. But, So that was Jeff.moc on Instagram. So do give Jeff.moc a follow, as well as Steinman Zachary, Nicole's. What do you call it? Gravity defying, gravity defying builder as well, which is really, really amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Wait, I say thank you. Thank you, Zachary.
Well,
it's his creation.
It's still on the screen as well. Hang on a second, I'll take that off because I thought I'd taken it off. I must have pressed the wrong button. Oh, there you go. Okay, we'll get there with the technology, don't worry. Let's see. Right. So as we mentioned it, as you mentioned the drakes, we'll bring up your latest one, or the most recent one, which is the Greg Drake here. This is next to, what would you call them?
And all of them are the drakes.
Mm-hmm.
On the left side, it's the Ian, the man drake, and next to him is the woman drake, Carrie. And Greg Drake is all to the side. You will recognize him at once. So, great revelation. I'm not really sure who has heard about it. I'm going to expand on it because if I want to go to Bricktastic, I need to bring more friends. So, first revelation. This is a bit of an insight into work in progress.
So this is an exclusive. I'm going to put you on the big screen then. Hang on. Can I highlight you? Yeah. No, other way around. I will get there. There you go. Oh, not do. Yeah.
At the moment, I really like to play with the camera. Like, hello.
I see a new friend lurking there.
So he already has a base. So this is Dodo's. So this is Animal Crossing related.
Okay.
This is his base, and it's early days, so you might not.
Oh, brilliant. That's so cool. I love that. So he's going to be, the Dodo Airlines is going to be like his pot, I suppose, that he's going to sit in.
Yeah,
this one.
Right. He has his airport that he's housing in, and at the moment you still have a clear view on his brain. So sorry if there's a draft, Mark. I'm so sorry, because this is Minark.
Oh, there you go.
With his tiny feet that I'm going to expand on. Mark, don't despair. Your tiny feet will be extended. Although I really, really like them. I like to play with your feet. It's so bad of me. And I like the look of your arms. It's
Oh, there you go. So you're gonna just put like more leaves on the top of him, or you're gonna do it like the Greg Drake and have just a couple of branches?
Yeah, I'm not really sure because I want to distinctive have something distinctive between them. So Carrie and Ian have the leaves. Greg doesn't. I'm now wondering whether I should either give Mark hair or a head to make Mark his own personality. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So your plan then is well, I mean, you said already, but you just want to be doing more of these, and then you're with a view to bringing them for display in Manchester.
Right. So now it's a premiere. This is Monarch, still work in progress, but Monarch is in the making.
Yay. Monarch in the mix. In the
right.
mix.
And after Monarch is in a stable condition, I will continue the build, and the next one will be my very lovely host and good friend, guest. You will be the next extension of the Drakes.
There is a lot of hair, so you might need a lot of height with the hair. Just
yeah.
This is a tip. So
yeah, you will get lovely hair.
Oh, there you go. That's right. So just to remind everybody as well, then, so so far we've got is it? Oh, it's Ian. This one, isn't it? Then that's Carrie.
Yeah, that is Carrie, and we have to the right is Greg.
There you go. So that's the first three. So this is just like. So what was your inspiration though to start doing these, or expanding the idea rather?
Yeah, the inspiration was given in the chat because I was building Ian in my live stream. When I built him, I didn't know that I was building Ian. Carrie was in the chat, and Carrie said, "This looks so like Ian. That is Ian, clearly." And we laughed about it. And in this live stream, we decided we name him Ian. It's a dedicated Ian. That is Ian now. And while we talked about it, someone mentioned, well, if we have now an Ian, we need a Carrie. One without the other, that's impossible. So I went off screen and I thought to myself, I absolutely love it. It's I need to have a Carrie in my life. So I started building, and then I created Carrie. And while we talked about it, someone mentioned, well, if we have an Ian and we have a Carrie, we definitely need a Greg. And I thought, I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's give it a try whether I can pull it off. I want them all to be distinctive and not all looking like Ian and without distinction. That wasn't me. Wouldn't be me, and wouldn't make fun to look at 3 times the original build. So it's so much fun to try to capture the personality.
So, and is there then like a basic template you're working from? I mean, or have you sort of changed the basic structure by the time you're doing Mark's one?
I always start with the basic build. The core of the Mandrake is always the same. And then when it comes to the features, I start to go off script. But the basic core, the functionality of the arms, they are all the same. I always come to the stage of seeing these wee arms. I had the same with Greg, that I saw him with his wee arms, and I thought, Greg, I love your arms. I want to keep them. And then I expanded them, and then I thought, well, I like the longer arms because he's so loving and embracing. When you meet Greg, it's he is the nicest, kindest person and embraces. So when I expanded on the arms, as much as I I love the look of the tiny wee arms. He needed to have a visual impact of his embraceness and kindness.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's actually really nice. That's lovely. Oh, but it's nice as well because then I suppose when you're building it, then you've got like a story to tell as well with each character as well. So and then that will then inform the build. So that's kind of like what you were saying that you do with the buildings when you just follow the way the building wants you to go. So that's similar sort of methodology that you're using then for the mandrakes.
Exactly, and I need to see the build. And when I had first Ian, and then I started building Carrie, and I put her in her pot and saw them next to each other, and I thought to myself, "That's brilliant. That's so the boss." A wee bit scared Ian, and the sense of I don't know, and Carrie and the visual, her face a bit like, "Did you assemble my minifigure? You didn't put that sticker on, did you?" And I thought that turned out so well. I never could have imagined it. It's just I start building and I see it and think to myself, okay, I captured a moment in time with bricks and pieces.
I'm just having a look what the guys are saying as well. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. See, everyone loves the feet as well. Can I bring them up? No. So you've got like the little the bows as well.
Yeah.
Is that the berry piece as well you got in there?
I think I got it from a friend's set. Yeah, I wanted to give Greg real feet as well, and then I found the pieces and I thought the bows at his feet, and he's known for Duplo feet, so it's perfect. I'm so sorry, Greg. But I love your feet.
You love your feet. Gosh. No, I think it's a really nice idea. And I love the fact that you've just taken the idea and you just completely run with it. And I mean, when will you stop? I mean, have you got like plans even further down the line again? Or do you know how many you want to do? I mean, and are you going to do yourself as well?
Oh, that would be really difficult because I know that these are characters, character builds. They do not assemble at all, but they are my vision of for the picture that I have of them. Not that I think of Mark as being as dark, and it's just that, and it does not really mean that he will keep the brown color. It's just the color that he has at the moment. It's just doing me would be really, really difficult. It's a bit like painting a portrait of about myself, because I don't really think that I have a clear visual of myself. As for how many I'm going to build, plan is that I'm going to have 6 of the big ones.
Okay.
Then probably I will so Ian, Carrie, Greg, and Mark, you, and one another that's still out there. I still think of who the 6th will be, and then there are so many that I would like to do, but I probably will run out of pieces and run out of space. So my plan is to expand on it in the way of having mini drakes built. And there I have loads of ideas. For example, Emily, coaster bricks. I would love to build a wee of a coaster build, and then build a tiny wee one, a tiny wee drake, and put her on the tracks and have her swirl around on the tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I guess that when you do the small one, there's not really a template for that, so you're going to have to come up with one.
Yeah, and that would really, really be difficult because I need to size this one down to this one with the same functionality. That will be a challenge.
Okay.
Because then I will be totally going off script.
Oh, So that's when the fun's going to start then. So
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
possibly a lot of cursing, maybe. I don't know. So
Very likely.
very likely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I love the fact though that you do a lot, a lot of sort of community-based stuff. So you've got this, which is going to be like a little snapshot of people in your community that that you like or you've met or you've made friends with over the years. So you've got I just have a quick look. So you've got some more here as well. If I bring them up, so I think you just got a couple of pictures. So this is one of the challenge builds that you've done. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a couple of years ago that Brick Huntress, she made the Let's Build Together challenge in regard to mosaics. And I thought to myself, I wouldn't know how to do a mosaic, but as you know me, that never kept me from building.
No?
So I just put something down, and it was really, really simple. It's still really, really simple. But when I finished, I was so proud of myself because to some degree I found my identity with that build, because acknowledged that I am Lady MacBrick, because it's really weird when you start a social presence and the first thing that you do is give yourself a name. You don't do that in life. You are given a name and then you grow up as a Nicole. And I thought, okay, I am Lady MacBrick. Now I'm really, first it felt silly to call myself Lady MacBrick. I became over time Lady MacBrick. I am Lady MacBrick. And that was what this represented to me. And the fact that I created a mosaic all from scratch. As I said, I'm not into any software and I can't handle it. I just put down bricks and pieces, and that was my participation in the Let's Build a Mosaic Together.
Wait, so this is the first mosaic that you've done, full stop?
Yes, I did a bit of the art sets, but as a set, as a mosaic creation on my own. Yeah, to because as you said, the first thing that you need to do is decide what you want to do. Because the challenges, that's what I love about the challenges. They give you a topic, Habitat, Disney, Pride, Halloween, Christmas, and off you go. No one tells you put there a snowman and 3 other minifigs and a Christmas tree. You have to decide what to do. Same with the mosaic challenge.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that we were told was have fun, build a mosaic. And yeah, that's what I came up with. Whether it's good or it was something that I was so proud that I kept.
Oh, you did keep. Yeah. I was going to ask if you kept it as well. So this was before the move. As
yes.
Well? It was.
Yeah.
And it's so brilliant. So you kept. So you decided, no, too important. I've got to keep this.
Exactly, because to a certain degree, I sat there for some time wondering what could I do as a mosaic that I actually can share with everybody. That is something that I like to spend my time with, because I don't like wasting time, not the time of others and definitely not mine. And then while creating it, I truly found my identity, that I thought I am Lady MacBrick. That's who I am, and that's what I want to depict in that mosaic. And I really found my identity while doing it. And that was not a goal. It's my goal was actually creating something in the challenge that feels worth being presented.
I really do like it. It's just really nice, and it's really fun to look at, and it's very vibrant as well. It's just very, very eye catching, and it's it's definitely it's yourself. It's you. It's like
exactly. And it has my modularity, because the top parts, the left and the right mosaic parts, they are modular, so they are just on hinge pieces. so you can take them off. The theory was that I exchanged them over. I wanted to hang it really, and then exchange these pieces and have like in an art gallery or something. Keep on building mosaics and exchange them.
Oh, I
That
see.
never
So,
happened.
but you've moved, so you
Yeah.
can revisit as well.
Right.
Would you display this behind you, just out of curiosity, in your room?
I really would love to. The only thing is, it's the size of a normal art set. So it's when you put it at the wall,
Yeah.
it will be only a dot at the wall, and
Oh, okay.
no one
Okay.
would be really see what's there other than me, which
Okay.
maybe would be fun. Maybe I hang it, but in a place that's not really on screen, because you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But for me
Okay.
to have a visual.
Yeah, it's a nice bit. It's a good reminder as well, though, isn't it? Of of who you are, and as you say, you've sort of found your identity through it as well, which is
Right.
But then I think that always adds more to like a mock sometimes as well, if there's got some significance. So, like with the human don't get angry game as well. There's just an extra depth to it there when there's a personal connection to it as well. I think.
Thank you.
Which is what I really love, and it's great as well that you do a lot. I think you do a lot with the community and in the community as well. So I think
I'm so grateful for the community because they give me so much love, support, and a place to be me. No one, because Lego is a central part of my life, and when you are with colleagues, friends from town, from your hometown, and family, it's really rare that people get what it means to be into Lego. So the community, the support, and the feeling of I'm not the weird one out. Maybe in different circumstances I am, but when it comes to Lego, I am among family, and we are all thinking alike. And yeah, that means so much to me to feel at home.
Well, yeah, I think as well that you do help project that to other people as well, because it's a way of bringing people in, because you share, because you do like your Instagram live. Is it every other Friday, isn't it?
Yeah,
as well,
right.
Because it's always you, and is it always the same person you do that with, or is it a different person as well?
It's always the same one. Jiao and I, we always do it together. And we're always happy if someone wants to jump in with us. But we are the stable ones. We are always meeting, and the rest is then spontaneous.
So it's just another way then of bringing people in just into the hobby as well, and just becoming all part within the community as well, which is
right.
Which is great. I mean, as well, because you've used that your platform to take part in the community challenges, but then also sort of spread the message, if you like, as well, which is really
exactly really
cool.
Right, and that is really dear to me, because especially since we look at this picture, for everyone who thinks of themselves as not being a mocker, nothing that you do needs to be brilliant. Even the brilliant people will not create brilliance all the time 100%. And I am not a person who creates anything brilliant at all. But the only thing that, and to me it is, but objectively, when someone brilliant looks at it, the normal word is it's nice. But that is not my main objective. I do the challenges for two reasons: being part of the community and seeing what the others build and just marvel in the brilliance of others. This is one reason why I do it, seeing others and being connected to what the others do. And the second one is having fun with it. This is a really, really simple habitat. All my habitats are really, really simple. But that's not the main goal of when I build. I just want to have fun, and I have the best time building. And the result must live up to my standards and what I am happy with. I don't really care what everyone else thinks of it, as long as I am happy with it and I had fun building it. I love to share it, and if someone else gives me a thumbs up and likes it as well, even better, and I'm thrilled that I found a like-minded soul, and I'm so happy if it's liked, and the comments are among my posts that people enjoy it. This is really what makes me happy. But during the build phase, the only objective is I want to be happy. I want to have fun with it.
So I think that's a really, 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 really good sentiment to have as well. Because I think it's quite easy with mocking to get into the habit of doing it for a purpose that. So if you're doing it specifically for a show, maybe maybe you've got an idea to start with, and you're like, okay, I've got to do this, and then you get to the point then, and you're like, oh, this isn't that fun, but I've got to get it done. So it's more like work then, but you're managing to do it, so you're keeping it fun, and you're still making something fun that people can enjoy. So like this one, they've got their ski and this on the ski lift, and it's like, oh great. So you can just, but then it's like a snapshot of a story as well, which is one of the great things about habitats as well. It's because I think I saw one on your page as well with the is it the detective, and there was like some heads and stuff behind him. So it's like a little snapshot of a story, and then like this one, you can clearly see what the story is going to be. Like, this person's lost their ski, they're going to get to the top, and they've got to think, right, how am I going to get back down?
Right.
And it's like the detective one, maybe he's in peril as well. So you can do so much, but and the fact that you have fun doing it as well, I think, comes across as well, because it's just fun. It's just to look at, which as you say, is what you want, because Lego is fun. Exactly. It should be fun. It shouldn't be a chore.
Right. And if I changed and went out to beat someone else, it feels to me that I would missing the point. I would lose the fun in doing it, and I would definitely lose the point in doing it, because it is not a competition. Maybe it's on Lego Masters. There it is a competition, and your goal should be to create something more fascinating than the other one in order to win. But I'm not on Lego Masters. I just purely build for myself. So I don't really care what someone else builds. I enjoy it to see someone else. And sometimes the thought crosses my mind of, I wish I could have these 3-dimensional build as well, or this gracefulness or delicacy. I'm not really into delicacy. I wish maybe I will be sometime in the future. But I'm really not comparing myself to others like, okay, yours is better. Now I need to get better and reach that goal. If I change over time and reach this ability as well, even better. But it does not take away my building experience, whether I reach that goal or not.
I mean, that's the thing, is that's a really, really great attitude to have, because I think it's so easy for people, particularly when building mocks, to fall into the trap of, I've got to try and be better than this person, or get that whole mindset of, oh, well, I'm not as good, so maybe I shouldn't bother. But I think you've got it spot on. I think just do you. So that's which is what you're doing. You're building what you want as you want. If people like it, they like it. They don't, or they don't. But also, it's great that you're not affected by the opinions of it, as it were, outside. It's more your opinion's the one that matters, and it's like, if someone else likes it, yeah, that's good for them. But I think that's something that we should probably all take a leaf out of your book on, really. But I think as well, do you find that that's giving you a bit more courage to try dip more things, and because you're thinking, well, actually, I want to challenge myself, and I want to have, or that sounds fun, so I'm going to do this, and it's maybe a little bit more challenging than what you've done before.
Definitely, but for a different reason. I can't deny that at the beginning, when I still claimed I'm not a mocker, I'm not good enough, I had a short phase of I try to need to do things smart. I cannot just build that because that's just two walls and nothing else. I need to be smart. There must be something that someone looks at it that's brilliant. This is brilliant. And that takes the fun of it, to try to outsmart someone else that I don't know. Because it's who do I try to outsmart? It's not that I have someone sitting next to me in a competition and try to outsmart this person. I have someone in mind who's totally theoretical, and that I needed to go away from. So I really like to experiment and to broaden my horizon and check out other things, but without the goal to be better for someone else, only to see whether it works or not for myself. And not to try to outsmart someone else and to be more brilliant or see if I can come up with something that no one else has ever thought of. It's just for the fun of it.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And so, but do you still set yourself little challenges in your head? You know, you're thinking, today I'm going to do, so like you did with the vase that we've seen, in your head, you're like, I'm going to see if I want to try and do something that's, or like, you know, I'm trying to do a vase, you want to try and get that shape. So maybe you've got little challenges you set yourself in your head, but to push yourself maybe.
Yeah, every now and then, it's based on the situation. I need something that triggers it, like building the flowers and being now in need of a vase, and then considering, do I go to Amazon, just buy one, and then think to myself, why? That's stupid. Build it. It's why buy something that you can as well build? If it's not possible, that's a total different matter. Then buy the vase, if you really, really want, lady. But first, try what you can come up with, and usually then it turns out to be really fun.
And also as well, you could end up with some really fun stuff as well.
Exactly.
Like this one. And have we got another one? We've got one of the 3 challenge. Oh, is this one? Oh, that's right. So you've got these. I thought that was another more of your habitats. So you've got this. So these. We've got more as these. I think these are all part of challenges as well.
These are builds that I without a challenge. They were just yeah. I'm really hesitant with cars, because cars are not easy to mock. And this is based on a set, and I changed it then to based on colors, and because it was really the design of the set in itself was nice, but the color choices of the car were questionable. I saw the car on the box. Yeah, because I saw it looked to me spontaneously like it was in a car crash, and someone mended it on a budget. And I thought, well, that's one choice for a Lego set. Why?
So oh dear. So you saw the car and you just thought, there's like the gem of a good car there, but you need to, I don't know, because you did have the nickname for the modularizer for a bit, so but it's not modularizing, so you'd Nicole it, I suppose, or Lady MacBrick.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right.
Oh, that's really cool.
So because looked at, when you look at the set, you think that's it looks as if I'm not that good of a builder, but it looks to me like someone like me has built it and ran out of pieces. Like, okay, that's a good piece, but I don't have it in the right color. And I thought to myself, after a while of research, I realized these pieces are not available in that color. And I thought, well, that explains the color choice. Okay, but still, you cannot leave the car like that. Why? Well, no. And that's why I went rogue on that poor car.
So but do you think then, just because you've obviously tried this now as well, do you think that you've evolved your building style from way back in that first set that we saw that you did?
Definitely. because in order to make it work, you have to go different routes and experiment and not give up. Even if you fail the first, the third, second, and the fifth time, keep on going, and sooner or later it will work out, or it doesn't. And then it can look as wasted hours and hours of your life, but you learned something from it, and it is an experience to build without having the satisfaction of the result. Because when you buy a set, and I love to build a set, it's just every situation requires a different occupation. If I just want to sit down and build and enjoy the build as it is, I build a set. And if I want to have fun without regard of the outcome, I mock something.
Okay.
Because mocking is not always satisfactory, and it's messy as hell. If you ever see a Lego room and it's tidy, it's very, very likely that it's either a fake picture that only shows you the parts that you are supposed to see, or it's not a mocker. And there is nothing wrong with not being a mocker. It's set building. I think everyone has a right to enjoy the hobby as they want. Whether someone builds purely a set and puts it on shelf, or whether someone just takes the box and puts the whole box without building it on shelf. If it brings joy, that's the way how you should enjoy the hobby. And I like to get messy and build on my own, in addition to sets.
So, as you're sort of saying about getting messy, then, and because she's been in the chat as well, what would you rate your floor then? If it has to be messy to be a mocking room, how is your room? What would you rate your floor? To pinch someone's little shtick there.
It's work in progress, but I think it's currently a 2.
A 2? Oh my gosh. You have to send Carrie a picture now so she can say, look, Ian.
Yeah.
But
that's after a while you realizes that it's a lost cause, because with sorting as well as keeping a room tidy, you can do it. The only thing is, if you have then a 10, what are you going to do? You can sit still and admire your work, but then you are not creative anymore. That's one way to do it. But the moment you start moving and start creating again, the mess automatically comes along, and that multiplies so fast. One moment it's perfect, and the other moment it's mess pure. And you can go into the habit of clearing everything up, putting everything in place again. But it's an endless circle. It's a vicious circle. And after a while, you live with the fact that if you want to create, there is a certain degree of creative chaos. I try to keep it at bay, but within reason. Because if you are too tidy, if my Germanness comes out too fast, it kills every creativity, because then you get conscious of, do I really want to open that drawer? Do I really want to make that mess? I have to clean it up again. Is it worth it? It's never worth it. At the very first hours of building, unless you are a genius, which is totally possible. For me, the first hours, I always, if I had to judge myself of the first few hours, I would have to tell that's a mess, and it's not really what my goal is and what I feel good about. But I know that if I keep on going, something for me beautiful will come out of it. But in order to keep on going, there is a certain mess going along with it. I made my peace.
Well, yeah. I think I tend to do that as well. I think I start just getting out, in your head, you're like, I'm just going to use these parts. So you get the parts you want, and then something happens and you get another one, and then you get another one. And then, before you know it, you're like, sat and you've got all this stuff around you, and it's like,
Exactly.
well, that escalated, didn't it?
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. Oh,
Right. And then the question is, if you're in that situation, and usually no one really finishes a mock within 3 hours, you leave, go to work. Do you really want to tidy up again? That's easily an hour or two just to tidy up after yourself. When you know that next day or next week you want to pick it up again, do you really want to get everything out again, only to get to the same point of creative balance in your life? That's a lot of going back and forth without any productivity to just go to the same mental place again.
Yeah, I suppose if you're, because if you're kind of getting in the zone, as it were, with something, if you're then changing the space completely, then it's going to be harder to get back into the same sort of thought processes you were in. So
Exactly.
So there is there's an argument for that then.
And I know that it depends on living situations. I am very lucky now. Now I have a Lego room. And before that, in the apartment, I didn't have a Lego room, but I lived on my own back then. So this is a certain set of living situation. I totally know that if you have family and you do not have a Lego room and it's your dining table, then naturally having dinner takes priority. It's not like, okay, I'm building a mock for the next 6 to 8 weeks, no dinner anymore. We eat at the counter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I wouldn't get away with that.
yeah. Can you imagine all the Lego just piled up in your bed and your partner comes home like, well, where are we sleeping? And you have to disclose like, we are sleeping for the next 3 months on the couch. You don't mind, right?
Yeah. Or the car. The car will be fine. Keep
Yeah,
music
right. Right. It's summer anyway. Way cooler there over.
Yeah, it will be actually.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to have a quick look at is where are you? Do we look at the 3 challenge habitats? I looked at that one. I'm just trying to find the right one. Not that one. Oh yeah, that's right. So I just brought this one up just because I'm just going to go back slightly to what you're saying about the drakes. So you've got your sig fig and you've got a brickhead build of yourself. So you have done it before. So could you maybe use this and extrapolate to do your Drake of Nicole? Maybe.
I hadn't thought of it. That is a brilliant idea. And truly, for me, that was possible because my sig fig does not look anything like me. So if I send you my sig fig and you meet me in real life, don't be shocked. I don't look anything like my sig fig. So that was easier for me to translate it into a brickhead. But to do that, that is a brilliant idea. That would be an option.
So you can have the full set then. You can have the Nicole as well.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Food for thought.
I will have to think of it. Yeah. Maybe the third outstanding one could be me. If you then have to, when we meet in Manchester and you stay in front of my exhibition, my assembly of drakes, and you will pick out Greg and tell them, okay, that's Lady MacBrick. If you cannot take us apart, then I have a problem. Please tell me. You should be able to tell at least the gender apart.
Yeah. You can recognize him by his shoes as well, maybe. So,
right, exactly. Greg is the one with the cute legs.
Yeah, the cute legs. Still talking about the mandrake, right? Just to check.
Right.
So, as we mentioned it earlier on, I just thought I'd show this because I'm very conscious of the time for yourself, because obviously, because so this is going back to what we said about the hotel. So, are these completely joined together, these ones, or can you take them apart or separate them?
You can take them apart.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I built the first one, I know it sounds silly, but I'm so such a cliche. with women and size. I built. I wanted to build both. I saw the hotel, the announcement. I knew I needed both. So 1 + 1 = 2. Everyone knows that. I, in theory, know that too. I
In
built the
theory.
first one, yeah, and then I thought, oh my goodness, that's big now. That is so big. And I thought I need to be able to separate it and take. If I had really interlinked it, it would have been too heavy,
Right, okay.
impossible to move, and that's why it's easy to separate.
Okay. And it's just it's mirrored, is that right?
Yes, right.
And because I'm not too sure which side is the side that the Lego one, you know, the one that it comes with. Which way around? You know, I'm trying to work it out. I'm looking at it. It's like, is it the flat side on the street?
I think the left side, because the hotel is exactly the same, but I mocked the terrace, the cafe side a wee bit. So
okay,
I want to say the left side I changed.
So I don't know if we've got a picture of that. I think it's just this angle.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's really cool. That is really, really cool.
I'm a great friend of mirroring stuff. It's so easy. I know that your brain maybe needs a wee bit of time to adjust, but everyone who wants to try it, I bought 2 of the bookshops as well and mirrored them. And because when you remember the townhouse, I loved the view of 2 townhouses next to each other, and then mirrored them so that the staircases went in opposite directions.
Okay.
It's such a neat technique, and it's so easily done. The only thing that you need is the first cornerstone in place so that your brain has an anchor point to go along with, and then you just need the instructions. Follow the instructions. As long as you have the anchor point, the first set stone, you are fine. It's easy.
That's really cool. I'm just trying to think which. So that's the Birch Books one. Is that the one that comes with Birch Books?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay. I get slightly lost with some of the modulars. I'm like, which one's that?
Yeah. So. Right. It's the Birch one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, as I said, I'm very aware because even though it's not necessarily as late over here, obviously you're an hour ahead, aren't you, as well? So it's like, it's like you're thinking, oh God,
I'm living in the future.
You are. don't tell us what happens because spoilers. So,
yeah.
So what's next though for Nicole's MOC adventure, if you like
to? First vacation. The mandrakes. This is an ongoing project. This is nothing really that I can sit down on and build, and it's one step after the other. This is I see something and I keep on adding until I feel happy with it. Carrie will be able to tell because it was a bit between the 2 of us when we did Greg, and I kept on sending her pictures like, what do you think? Am I going into the right direction? And it was weeks and weeks of me tinkling around Greg, trying to do things. And so it will be Mark. It will be quite some time till I'm happy with you and found the right balance. But in between, the next one after my vacation will definitely be the family reunion set, the Chinese New Year set, because the new one will probably be revealed any other day. And I bought both sets first thing January 1st. Those were my January 1st purchases because I wanted to mock it. Now it's September, still haven't done it. So after my vacation, the family reunion set will be built and brought as one big set.
Okay, so that's And that'll be going straight into your city, but you will be sharing that as well on your feeds as well.
Yes, and I made a first attempt. I closed up the Animal Crossing airport, and I'm at the moment closing up the residence center as well. The airport was my very first close up on stream. I never thought that I could do that live.
Okay, I was
So,
going to ask if you.
yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I was hesitant, but the airport worked rather well live. So I will now finish the residence center live as well. And if
Okay.
that works as well, I will do the reunion set live as well.
Oh my gosh, that'll be a bigger stream as well, because it's quite an undertaking, I suppose. But
Yeah, I will. Before I do that, I will have to find a way to do some poll because it was enjoyable for me. The only thing is,
Thank you for reminding me about the poll. Thank you.
oh,
Sorry.
oh, right, because I have to ask everyone whether it's enjoyable to watch as well. Because there are easily 10 minutes, 15 minutes of me sitting there sharing my thoughts. Like, okay, if I move that now, this will look like that. Doesn't look good. I take it off again. Oh, that's strange. No. We can't do that. And I'm not really sure if that's fun. I do that all the time when I'm on my own. I talk to myself. So live streaming is really no burden for me to create my own things and do it live because I talk to myself all the time and I just now do it with camera. Question now is that enjoyable to dip into the insane brain of Lady MacBrick when I build and you watch me build and babble and the things that cross my mind?
But it's good though as well that you are doing it live, because then people can kind of see maybe like your thought processes as well then, and maybe it's a good way as well, I think, for people to actually see mocking in action maybe more, because I think people get in their own heads with it. I think they're doing it wrong, but as we've said several times tonight, there isn't really a wrong way of doing anything, is there? And I think the core is you've really brilliantly described, is as long as you're having fun. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. The rest will follow, generally. So.
Exactly. And that's my hope, that it is enjoyable and maybe gives insight that if you go to an convention and you see all the brilliant builds, this build is not done overnight. I'm not saying that I'm as good as these people. It's just that even if you were able to look over their shoulders, from the very first stone put in place to the very last one, you would realize that sometimes months had passed, that there were stages where it wasn't brilliant at all. But over time and development, it went into it. So if you enjoy mock building as well and you want to get into it, know that there is no brilliance overnight. It will come over time.
Yeah.
The brilliance that you see in it, and just give it time and keep on working on it, and don't expect that everything falls into place and know that it's a strange thing to wrap your mind around if you are used to building a set and you have the approach that mocking is the same. Like you have 100 pieces, you put them one after the other in place, and the place where you put it, it's the way where the place that it's meant to go. That's not mocking. Everyone will go through phases where you look at it and you realize that doesn't work, either for stability reasons or for design reasons. You take it off. It's always work in progress. So it's I hope that these things, if they were shared, that this would help people to get into it and do not get despaired by, okay, I did it for 3 hours, it still looks like shit. I can't do it, I'm not good at it, I stop. No. You are not bad at it. It's just you did not keep on it long enough.
Mm.
If you hate it, that's something different. Then if
Yeah.
you do not enjoy it, nothing wrong with building a set.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's but if you enjoy it and the process, go for it. It's definitely just a matter of time that you have not that the development has not reached. It's a bit like cooking. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
to come in because if you put a pot on the stove and you would try the soup or the beef or whatever you're cooking after 10 minutes, it probably halfway cooked wouldn't taste very good. If you let it simmer for 3 hours, has potential to get really,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
But if you take it
definitely.
off too early, you will never know.
So just to check, so you have got room in your kitchen, then you haven't got Lego on the side, like you were saying earlier on.
No.
So.
Right. There are 2 rooms which have no. Oh, now there are 3 rooms.
Okay.
There is no Lego in the bedroom. There is no Lego in the bathroom, and no Lego in the kitchen. Those 3 rooms are Lego free.
Right. Okay.
I think if I started to put Lego in the bedroom, bedroom I could go away with. But if I ended up with Lego in the bathroom or Lego in the kitchen, my family seriously would start an intervention.
Would they really? Fair enough. Right. So I just have a quick look. So I've ended the poll that was on you. On that note, I ended the poll, which tonight the poll was: have you taken part in any community habitat builds? So 58% have said no. 20% have said not yet, but they want to, and 20% have said yes. Yeah. Did I get? Yeah, I think that's all of them. Yeah, 58, 20%, 20%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to those then who maybe want to or haven't, what would you say, or what words would you offer to maybe give them the nudge to give it a go?
I cannot put enough emphasis on the joy that it brings to you if you like to be embraced in the community. Cause either do it for your own enjoyment of the build on your own, or do it just to be part of the community. Cause there are conventions where you are embraced by the community, and you can simulate the same thing with challenges and habitat challenges, because the community comes together. You use the hashtag, you use the person or the people who run the event, and based on that, you will be part of a community which in this short time come together. And maybe when you take part in it, you will see it in your feed as well. It is a special event. In these 6 days, everything surrounds around these habitats. Everyone is joyful. Everyone is excited. And for you, with you, you get inspiration if you're not sure how to approach it on your own. Maybe the first one will be a bit of an unsteady build and a bit of an try to find your way around. But latest for the second and the third, you will have realized that the community will be such a joy to be part of. Everyone will be sharing your builds, cheering you for whatever you build, share what you build and why it was close to your heart. And everyone will be with you and will be part of your life in this brief time. And the other advice that I can give is don't only, I know that I have to say, don't do as I do, do as I say. I do not really take as much time as I want to be part of the community, because one way is to actively participate and build something and share. Go the extra mile. Go to all the other pages. Comment. Enjoy the other builds. because the love that you will be given if you go to another page and tell them why you love what they did, and give them a thumbs up, and go to the host and tell them how much you appreciate the time that they spent, because hosting a challenge is time intensive.
Yeah.
Um, they usually go out of their way to post stories about your build, message you about your creations, and you are one participating. There are usually loads and loads of other people who participate as well, and they do the same as well with the others. So every day, even if they only spend 3 minutes with each of the participants, that adds up. If 100 people have participated, all of a sudden they spend 300 minutes plus stories, plus doing their own thing, show the host a bit of love for what they do, and share your your community community members some love as well, because that will give you so much joy, and it will give you so much inspiring thoughts, and yeah, I cannot recommend more than jump in with both feet, and you will you can thank me later.
Jump in and get messy. Don't forget that.
Right. Right. And if you do not have the pieces, buy my recommendation would be either buy a big a kind of big set, a friend set, for example, a building, one with loads of pieces. You can buy a classic set as well, but usually I like to buy a random set that has loads of 1x3, 1x2, loads of random sets, so that you have random pieces as well, so that you can go crazy. And what we mentioned before, use pieces that you never would have thought in that context. And in order to be able to do that, you need a random mass of pieces just in front of you, so that you can pick and choose as you want. You will never be able, never go to Bricklink and buy a certain piece just by a picture, so that you can put it in the build. But if you have a mass on pieces, you will be able to just pick something and put it in an awkward and genius place that no one would have thought of. And then it gets messy, because that is then random pieces that and that is something everyone experiences as a mock builder. You will end up with pieces that, for the life of me, I have no idea where to put. They don't fit in any category. So that's one of it. Yeah.
The miscellaneous drawer. So.
Right. Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Nicole. That was really, really, yeah. I mean, the guys in the chat have said, to be fair, and really is really good advice, and yeah, do recommend as well. Just have, I mean, if you're going to start somewhere small like the habitat challenges, but yeah, if you can take part, but yeah, as Nicole said, definitely jump in feet first, because you know, even if you just do it at home and you don't end up sharing it, you still maybe giving it a go, and you know, who knows where it can go in the future. So
right. And when you share, that's really, really important. It's the same when you go to a convention. An important thing from my one-time convention experience shared with you now: go out, meet people. If you stay on your hotel room, you will not meet people, and you will not have the best experience ever. And it's the same when you create something and you share it with the community, what you did. It is very, very helpful, unless you have a really, really big followership. If you have that, the people will come to you. If you have not thousands and thousands of people who follow you, it would be very, very good if you go out of your way and go to other places and express your admiration first, because people will, to a certain extent, based on the hashtags and the community tag and everything, find you. But in order really to for people to find you, go the first step and find them. because then they will realize, oh, this person was nice. They commented on let's check them out. And then they see, oh, she built something as well. That's brilliant. And
it's a way in, isn't it, then, for them to sort of see what's going on as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So the cat just jumped and
Oh.
it just broke a bit off something. So I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's not Lego. It's fine.
Oh, okay. The cat wants to say as well, lady, stop talking.
No, we never say it.
Like...
No, we never say it. But, oh gosh. Oh, sorry, I'm confused again. I'm going to shut the other screen down because I've just where it's got the YouTube one where I've ended the poll, and it's it's really confused my eyes because it's on earlier on when we were looking at the picture, and I'm like, am I sharing a picture again? So
oh my goodness, yeah.
We're starting all over again. So go.
Right. Let's do it again.
Yeah. Let's do the whole show right here.
Yeah. No place to be, right? But it would be really fun if you could train your cat when the time is up for the person being on. Do you just have a cat in the background jumping up and down? Like, okay, that's my cue.
They don't need any encouragement, honestly. Oh my gosh. I think I was on a stream before, and then one of them just jumped from there to there, and I just saw it in the corner of my eye. I was like, oh no. That's a cat stream. But yeah, so Nicole, thank you very much again, and thank you for your time this evening. And as the guys have said as well, really, really good advice. And yeah, I completely agree as well. Very inspiring. And I really like the positivity and the way you approach things as well. I think it's something we should all maybe adopt. We should all be maybe a little bit more Nicole in our approach to things, making sure we have fun, because I think it's very easy to lose the fun sometimes with any hobby as well. Not just Lego. So yeah, thank you very much. And thank you guys for tuning in this evening as well. And for all your kind words as well. I have seen them. I'm not very good at sharing on the screen sometimes, because I mean, especially when we've got Nicole, a great guest like Nicole on the chat, where it's just such a nice conversation to have with you and learn from you as well. And it's great seeing your MOCs. And the one that still stands out from itself as well, Nicole, is the game that you did, which is completely different from your usual ones. But I think because of the attachment and the personal attachment you've got with it as well, I think for me it was one that was a highlight. Not that they're all brilliant, but they're also
thank you.
But it's a highlight as well, because and I'm very quite honoured as well. I think that you actually did share it and the story with it as well. So thank you for that as well. So thanks as well, guys. MOC Heads is back. Not next week, the week after, and our guest will be James, also known as the Ministry of Making. So he'll be going through his wonderful MOCs again. So more wonderful MOCs. What more do you want? And next week it'll be that Minifig Who bloke on his channel. Don't know what he's doing. Really don't know. Yeah. So, but yeah. So. And thanks again, everyone. And if you haven't hit the like, if you could on your way out, and if you're watching on Twitch as well, thank you and hello. And it's the first one, so I'll do it for that next time as well, if it's been sort of successful, maybe. But otherwise, good night, and thanks again, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for agreeing to come on. So, first guest of series 2. Yay!
Oh.
Okay. Right. So good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time. I've got to find all the buttons now because I can never remember. I think I pressed that one. Right. Okay. Bye. Bye.